Yeah, hi. Oh, great. So I'm Marko. I'm from Telegram Media Group, formerly Adriatic Media. We are publishers of net.hr and Telegram HR portals. There are two popular portals, news portals in Croatia. We have over 1 million real users. Those are unique users. And we specialize in news. And we also have a print edition of our Telegram newspaper. These results are from the last month of the Gemio research. And I want to now focus on our net.hr portal because that's our largest portal, most popular portal, and most important to us portal. It is one of the oldest news portals in Croatia. It was started in 2000 as Iskon HR portal. There's a screenshot there, and it very fast. It reached very high popularity among young people, and that's very important to us to keep it updated even today because of that popularity with those young people who stay loyal to that portal and to the news the portal brings. The portal went over the 15 years through several redesigns, and we felt that we needed a new redesign last year, both because we needed a new redesign, the front end, and we needed to update our backend system. The old backend system was Java-based CMS developed in-house that we lost most of the development support because most of the developers went on to new projects. So we had a lot of problems updating it, keeping it running, and adding new features, especially today when we need to add a lot of new front-end stuff to the portal so we can keep up with the new applications, the mobile website, etc. So we started discussing about the redesign in 2014, early spring. And while the team was working on the design, laying out the front end, all the single pages, and the stuff you get on the news portal, we went into discussion and market research about the best hosting provider for us. Now you have to keep in mind that as a very popular news portal, that means we have a lot of visitors, a lot of page views, over 100 million page views per month in a low month like summertime. So the solution was either we host it in-house like it was done before, but that meant employing a lot of new people like system administrators who would be able to keep the service updated and safe. That wasn't quite the solution we were prepared for because we weren't able to find good system administrators. Unfortunately, the market for good system administrators is so good, you can't find them on the market. They're all employed happily. We tried. So after research, we decided to go with the WordPress VIP. WordPress VIP is the extension of WordPress.com. They host all of the blogs on WordPress.com, and they host a lot of premium partners like Time.com, parts of CNN, etc. We liked the fact that they host the WordPress.com. That meant that they knew WordPress. And we like that because we know WordPress. We already had a lot of experience developing smaller portals in self-hosted WordPress. So we knew we could develop a team, plugins, etc., everything we need for our new portal, and be up to date very fast. And then we contacted them because they have a very reliable platform that they could easily accept our measly 100 million page views, because at 2.5 billion page views, our 100 is nothing. The best part of the hosting is it's unlimited traffic. All of our hosting options that we considered were bandwidth capped. There are different packages, but in the end, you reach some bandwidth, and then you have to move to CDN. The CDN has costs, etc. So this came just as a plug-in solution with everything we need. And the price is reasonable for that kind of package, especially when I know I can sleep easily during the nights because the server is running and somebody else is in charge. That's very important. They have a process for you to go through and to be able to get there. First is get in touch. That's the first step, you will get your account manager. He will guide you through the process. He'll explain you what you should do. You can even get their partners to get you up to speed, etc. You install the VIP Quick Start. That's their development environment that enables you to mimic their production servers almost equally. I say almost because it's not almost. Then you create your team. You can modify their existing teams, or you just create your own. There's a lot of documentation, what you should keep in mind while doing that. They check your code, which is really amazing stuff. You get feedback on your code, where you can optimize your code, what you have missed in escaping your output, and similar security stuff. Just going through that process was a learning experience for myself. That's amazing. I became a better developer just going through the process, just going through the documentation, not just process. After they review your code, you have time to fix up all your bugs. Then they deploy your team. You acquaint your editors with WordPress, and you launch. And hopefully profit. Well, I'm here to tell you that the process, while similar to this, is not like this. Our experience was a little bit different, but that's mostly due to the fact that we are all just human beings, and the people working there are all also human beings. Our process was a little bit more complicated. When we got in touch, we already started reading the documentation, so we can start early on developing our team, which was a good thing. That enabled us to quickly finish team and send it for review. Unfortunately, they work in fixed time slots for code review. That means if you don't get it by the date they start the code review, you will wait for the next period, which might be in 1 month or 2 months, depending on their load. So we missed our deadline first. We didn't know it was deadline then. So we waited first for the start of the review, and then we waited for the whole review. Due to their load, the team was delayed for another month just during the review period. At that time, you start sending angry emails, searching for alternatives, etc. After we got feedback, they were very pleased with our code. We were very pleased with our code, and the fact that they were very pleased with our code, which meant that we were quite that we read the documentation quite well. So we just got to the simple bug fixes that they noticed that we didn't notice, some commented code that we left in the code, etc. Those small things got them really fast back. And then we realized they haven't reviewed our mobile team code. The net.hr portal and both Telegram portal have 2 teams. We do not utilize a responsive layout. We just use one team for desktop and tablets and another team just for mobile phones. The mobile team wasn't reviewed, so we had to wait another month to get that team reviewed before we could even launch. So like you see, there's a lot of waiting in this process, and I ultimately believe it's a good thing because you have time to fix and decide on other things you might fix later or change. And you get a good response for one of the best developers on the planet who work in the technology you want to deploy your portal. After we got our team deployed, we educated our editors on use of WordPress. We are still migrating the old database. We have problems with our old database, but that's completely related to the old stack. If you want to migrate to WordPress VIP, just upload the WordPress export file. They have all the tools you normally find in self-hosted WordPress. And we now wait for the profit to come in from all the ad serving we can plug into our new team. These will be just a little bit of instructions from me to you, is to read the WordPress VIP documentation. The WordPress VIP documentation is full of stuff about your code and what you should be doing with your code that isn't normally in the codex, isn't in tutorials. and you rarely can find it in WordPress tutorials. Stuff about caching, security, sanitization, those are things that exist normally in programming world, and you can find it in many tutorials in general programming, but a little bit less on the WordPress tutorials. And that's what I find lacking, and I hope we will be able to fix that in our blog post when we start writing about writing a theme for WordPress VIP. So read that documentation, even if you're not developing for WordPress VIP, because your team will be 100% better and you will be a better developer. And read all of it, even if it is confusing and hard to find parts of it, because their index is not that great. But you can find it. And read it twice. Also, learn to love your happiness engineer. If you apply to WordPress VIP, you will be assigned account managers, you will be assigned happiness engineers. Happiness engineers are people in the in the WordPress VIP program that are there to help you fix your problem. And you will be communicating with a lot of happiness engineers while deploying theme, while fixing up your theme, while sending new code for review. And you will be communicating with people that are in different time zones. I spend most of my time communicating them during the night. So learn to love them, because you will spend nights with them, and your girlfriend or wife or boyfriend won't like it. Also, keep in mind that Quick Start environment, although it is an approximation of their production service, it is Ubuntu, it has all the stuff that you will find in their production. The code is not equal, and you will exchange a lot of emails with your happiness engineers about your code working on one place and not working on the other. Unfortunately, that's the current state of Quick Start environment. I hope they will fix it. I have in preparation some code contributions to their Quick Start environment just to fix up a few scanners that are not working properly. So hopefully that will be better. And the question that we get asked lately is, would we do it again? That's a hard question, especially since we had a lot of waiting periods. In one of our waiting periods, while we were waiting for code review, since we missed our deadline, since they were overloaded, so we waited for additional time for code review, we were able to develop and deploy another portal, that's Telegram Hire. We developed it in the time period waiting for the code review and deployed it on self-hosted servers. I believe that was very fast and amazingly fast compared to net.hr's deployment. It was a new portal bus, but nevertheless, I believe we would do it again because we get a reliable hosting, we get amazing tutorage from best developers who know WordPress. I personally, like I said, gain a lot of knowledge how to develop themes and what to watch for in optimization, in security, something that I haven't learned in 5 years developing WordPress or even haven't considered using. That's an amazing experience. So yes, definitely we would go there, and we probably will. Since in the package you get on the WordPress VIP, you get to host 5 websites for the same price. So no price hike for the second website, and all our new projects will probably go on WordPress VIP since we get unlimited bandwidth, unlimited storage, so that's a no-brainer to go again. I would like to thank the people who were working on net.hr. This is very important to me because these two first guys, they did the design. They developed it, they laid it out. Miho will even coded out the CSS and the HTML as a front-end guy. Then I would like to thank all my editors and reporters who work on net.hr or filling out all the news that most of you actually read. I expect most of you read net.hr since 1,100,000 people are almost all the people in Croatia who read news portals. And I would like to thank the WordPress VIP team. They're the greatest. We had a lot of email exchanges. We were sometimes angry at them for not delivering appropriately or at the proper time. But in the end, they delivered, we delivered. We have a great running portal. We can now update it quickly. WordPress is simple to update. So I believe it was a really good experience. And I have to thank my new wife, who was a girlfriend while we were developing that, for taking a patience for me to contact Kevin at 1 a.m. because he was contacting me at 1 a.m. to get this done. So thank her, thank all of them, thank you for listening, and I'm now ready to listen for your questions about WordPress VIP and our experience. Može, one question. Anybody? Okay, no questions.
Hi. If it's not a secret, how much does it cost per month plus support?
The basic package is $5,000 a month for 5 websites, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited everything. That's the basic price. There's an entry fee, $15,000. You can negotiate those prices.
$15,000
to enter, and 5,000 each month. You can negotiate those prices.
Plus support, or you get support included?
Support is included.
Okay, thank you.
They also have additional packages for migrating your old database, etc. Check it out on their website, vip.wordpress.com.